What's up, everybody? I am in London for a very special interview. I have tracked down the man that everybody in the U.S. is talking about, Lamari Esquire, aka the Flyy Hooligan. Thank you for meeting with me today.
Peace, Lord. Appreciate you for having me, you know what I mean?
No doubt. Take me back to growing up in Northwest London.
Oh man, it was crazy because I came from Africa. I came straight from Africa. I wasn't born out here.
Okay.
So I came straight from Africa as a little baby, and growing up, I was quite young. So to everyone seeing me with and hearing my accent, it was tough because I was African, you know what I mean, and it wasn't in fashion as it is now, you know what I mean, to have that accent and stuff like that. So I was getting a lot of heat for it, you know what I mean, for a long time. But I held my own and got a bit of respect for it, and it was crazy, man. It was the streets was crazy. We had a lot of situations with Metropolitan Police and and the streets, so to speak. But other than that, England has been good to me, and it's a good place to be in, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like America, you know what I'm saying? The way you guys over there are very patriotic about America, the British public are pretty patriotic as well. And England is a good place to be in. London is a beautiful place, full of culture. It's vibrant. We are getting gentrified as well, just like in Brooklyn and LA and shit. However, it's still a good place, man. Lots of culture out here. Fashion, art, everything. Anything you can imagine, we got out here as well. It's just a much smaller version of what you got out there in America.
Right. You were talking about encounters with the police earlier. What kind of obstacles did you have to endure growing up?
First of all, being black, you know what I mean? That was the first struggle. Being African, having a father who looked like a cross between Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was hard. It was hard for them to accept that. Being as dark as I was at that age, having an African accent and having a father who looked like a white man, and a mother who was black. It was hard for the people in my community to deal with that in the beginning. And the other obstacles that I faced, being a young child as well, like in London, you had the feds troubling you every time. Maybe every time you're on the road, you're doing what you're doing. Even if you're not up to anything bad, you know what I mean, you got the feds on your back. We felt it. We feel it the same way here till this day, like, the same way you guys have it out there. I've at one point in my life, I was on that political activist shit where I was marching for brothers who were killed in police custody. Peace to Ricky Smiley and them man there, Smiley culture, I should say. And Ricky Bishop, that's why I said Ricky Smiley. Ricky Bishop was another brother, I went on a march for as well. He got murdered in police custody. We've lost a lot of brothers in police custody, you know what I mean? Mark Duggan as well, like that was the most recent one that made it to the news, because that situation was very, very insane. Another good friend of mine, Daniel, he dragged out of his car, like smashed his window, dragged him and his partner out of his car at the time, beat him up senselessly, you know what I mean? It was crazy, man. And we also went on a march for him in regards to that at the same police station, Tottenham police station, same police force that killed Mark Duggan. So yeah, man, like on a negative note, yeah, that's the kind of obstacles I had to face. But also the other obstacles where I am now is, just learning how to perfect my craft and, learning how to incorporate my inspirations in what it is I do in hip hop, and you've got people like Oswald Boateng, that definitely inspired me in a major way. Andrew Ramroop as well. You know, these are fashion designers. A good friend of mine, Romero Bryan, look him up, man. You know, he comes from the same place I come from, and you know, he's worth a lot now. You know what I'm saying? He is the guy who designed Aaliyah's last outfit in the More Than a Woman music video.
Wow.
So the outfit she's wearing in More Than a Woman, that was my boy Romero Bryan.
Dope.
You know what I mean? So it's like we've always been in there, man. It's just we just never got a shout out them times. You know what I mean? We never got credit for it. But now obviously it's too much to hide now. You can't hide it. A lot of the times my brothers out here felt that our stuff was being adopted and sold right back to us. And no one ever gave us a mention for that until eventually we've been given the gift and the curse of the internet, where we can make it very obvious that, look, yeah, all right, this is where it comes from, you know. Like, thankfully, you know, you got brothers like the Trap Star brothers, Mikey and them man there, and Lee. You know, they've definitely put a stamp down on art and culture. You know, and those are one of the inspirations, you know, in what it is that I do as well. So there's a lot out there, man.
You talk about your inspirations. Who are some of your early inspirations musically?
Oh, Ray Ghost, Nas, Slick Rick, Kool G Rap, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Big L, Big Pun, Cannabis, or Can I Boss, you know, the whole of Wu, you name it, man. Meth, like geniuses, man, and definitely one of my biggest of all time influences, Sean Price.
Got a
You know
song,
what I mean?
got a
Yeah.
song after him on years ago.
Yes, sir, absolutely. You know, what I do now is definitely inspired by what he did with his career and rebranding himself and stuff like that. It's you gotta understand that shit is very difficult, man. You know, to rebrand yourself and literally like stick to your guns when everybody's already used to you being a certain way. It's very difficult, and you know that's the same thing that happened to me. You know, I was perceived a certain way, and then I just had to curb that and be like, nah, there's more to me than that. You know, it's not just that that thing that you're seeing now. It's a lot more than that. So I had to curb all of that and develop a new enthusiasm for what I plan to do. You know what I mean?
Dope.